Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of The Oddities of Old, a new series that I am starting based off of a playstyle originally dubbed Unobtained by Puffingfish HQ. Now, the goal of this series and playstyle is to hop through older versions of the game to gain items or terrain or blocks or entities that are normally impossible to get in survival Minecraft. Now, we are here in InDev 2010-01-28, a version that is nearly 12 years old, to choose our world that we will be using henceforth. So, let's go through all of the features of this version that are of importance. So, there's only one mob other than the player, and that is the Reyna mob. That is really the old human mob code, but just disguised under a new MD3 model that was being tested at the time. And there's nothing else much there, but a few other quirks are, of course, the elephant in the room being the InDev debug house and chests. The items of notable quality are, of course, bedrock, sponges, infinite lava, and infinite water of this chest. The cloths, which will convert into other, more unique blocks in newer versions. A TNT chest, need I say more, and a tool chest. And another few quirks. The terrain is not actually infinite. It cuts out a little bit out in the water, and then will just render an infinite ocean of nothingness that you can't do anything with. The player doesn't render at all, and any item can be put into the armor slots, because they functioned the exact same as inventory slots at the time. However, we're not here for very much other than these InDev debug chests, so sadly, it is time to say goodbye to InDev 2010-01-28. However, the downside of getting to InfDev is that there is no inbuilt level conversion, so we will have to use third-party tools. However, this is generally accepted, so I'm okay with using it. So this is a handy-dandy little Python program that was not written by me. The link to it will be in the description. So simply to use it, we will put in our MC level, thus being named Oddities of Old. You can name it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. And then, for ease of running this, you'll have to create this runme file, which has very simple contents. Python indevconverter.py, and then pause. And then we run it. We do not have a floating world type, and this will take a little bit to run. And there we go. Our world has been converted, and it will always create it as World 1. However, to get to our next version, which is InfDev 2010-03-27, that version has a little bit of a quirk with its file saving mechanisms. Instead of obeying setting a file path for a custom install directory, it will always go to the .minecraft folder. So, take our world file and dump it here. And now we're ready to go. So here we are in InfDev 2010-03-27, and we will have yet another discontinued feature, and it's probably one of my favorites, because obviously there's no terrain conversion from the old InDev terrain to the new InfDev terrain. we get the classical chunk walls. Our first cool terrain feature. Now, there are quite a few things about this version that are strange. First of all, mob spawning is completely broken. No mobs will ever spawn in this version, which is also a downside because I can't heal myself. However, respawning has also been introduced, so thankfully, if I die, it's not a problem. So, all of our items are still here. However, these are now overstacked items, because items will only stack to 50 in this version, which is another little quirk to it. But all the items are still here in their stacked forms. And another thing about this version is that chests have a quirk with saving, that if their chunk does not receive a block update and the game is saved, they won't save their contents being changed. So this can result in both item duplication and item deletion, which will probably be a little bit annoying for me to deal with. However, a simple way to defeat this bug that I've found is to place and break a torch above it. And that seems to make sure that the chest data will always save. So, whatever works, works. And the main reason we're here is to use preserved data value block transmutation. Now that's quite a mouthful, but essentially, whenever a block is set with a data value, say this torch being placed at an angle, and is broken, normally the data value of this block is set back to 0. However, this game is not normal, and it is not set back to 0. So whatever we would place here would gain the data value of the torch that was placed. There are a few blocks that override this mechanic, such as torches, also chests and furnaces. But we will be here to transmute several blocks to then be collected in later versions. However, we need to actually get some materials, and I think there's no way quite to do that like a time-lapse. Well, after that time lapse of about 3 hours of footage, we've done quite a lot, and there's a few things that I didn't really mention in the time lapse that were included. So, first of all, we have this wonderful base of operations, and I really liked how this turned out, other than these furnaces, which I think the placement's just bugged in this version. I'll end up fixing it later. The main points of interest here are stone chest, dirts, naturals, and a huge amount of wheat that I gathered that we'll get to, some dead tool chest, and some valuables. And this, I'd like to take a moment to talk about this golden hoe, because in this version, the golden hoe durability was bugged, and it was accidentally set to the same durability as a diamond hoe. However, when we update out of this version, that will get changed to its normal value of 32. So this item here will then have a negative durability, which is quite interesting and cool. So over here, we have chests filled with all of the cloth blocks. Now, these all, instead of having a unique data value like wools of modern day game, they instead each have their own unique block ID. Now, these items end up getting deleted in later versions. However, they get replaced with new items, and a few of these turn into a couple items that we want to keep, such as the infinite lava will turn into spawners. A few of these will turn into block 36, another will turn into a piston head, one of these will turn into a shrub, and other interesting things. So, these chests, until we reach the versions that the items were added, if we open it, it will crash the game, which is kind of annoying, but that's why we deal with it now. So now, to explain how we got such insane amounts of wheat. And this comes back to explaining how preserved data value block transmutation works. So, let's create an infinite wheat real quick. So, we'll need a flint and steel, and when we light a fire, for the first time on a block and it goes out, that block's data value is now set to 5. So if I create a crop there will be a crop with the growth stage of 5. However, that's not really useful. So, if we light it again, it will go up a data value. It'll create crop stage 6. And if we do it again, it will create crop stage 7. Stonks. So, this glitch is not only useful for creating infinite bread, it is also useful for transmutating several different blocks to then be collected in later versions. However, we have to travel to a somewhat distant location real quick before I can get into explaining how that works. Alright, so we are here about 500 blocks out from spawn, and the reason we're out so far is because we are here to transmutate a cloth block, which this one in particular will become tall grass. However, the problem is, if we load these blocks in the world in versions that do not have tall grass, it will soft lock the game. And obviously, we don't want that. So, we're going to store it in unloaded chunks. Now you may be asking, from my demonstration of infinite wheat, how do you get data values from 1 to 4? Because using the fire method creates data value 5 and above. Well, you can use torches, and through a little bit of trial and error, I've determined that torches facing west give data value 1, east 2, north 3, and 4 south. In particular, this highway that we built faces the north direction, being the way that I'm facing currently, because the debug screen doesn't exist, and I based it off the position of the sun and moon, because they rose in the north in this version. So, to create data value 1, we will need to use west. It will be this way. Data value 1 created. Actually, let's save placing it until later. 2 will be east. 3 on north. And 4 on south. And then for data value 5, light a fire. That's data values 1 through 5 done. So we'll set all of these to data value 5. And 6. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. And my flint and steel broke, which is kind of a problem. But we completed this row. So we were finishing up strike number 12. 12. So I will be right back after I grab a flint and steel. Well, after that embarrassment, we're back with another flint and steel to finish up the data values. So 13. Oh, crap. Ugh. Well, this is gonna be fun. Well, this will set it to a data value under 5. And I'll have to get another one of you. And off to the magical land to grab another wool. Well, after that horrifyingly scuffed process, we now have all 15 data values from 1 to 15 of what will become tall grass created. So now let's get into transmuting slabs, roses, dandelions, crops, logs, planks, sand, stone, and dirt. So here we are after transmuting all of these fantastic different blocks. So we have all of the slabs, all of the logs, all of the planks, all of the stone, the roses, the dandelion, the sand, the dirt, and most interesting is the crops. And since it's been a little while since I've opened the world, all of the wheat managed to grow. But you'll notice in these higher data values that something a little weird has appeared, which would be a prototype that was implemented into the game of a chair, seen here with data value 10, and a table with data value 11. These will disappear in a few versions because it's just visual textures, but they're kind of cool to look at. The rest just have the invalid data texture block. You can see that I just decided to build this as an extension of our little island base here. But I think that'll be about it for this time. So if you liked it and whatnot, make sure to stick around and subscribe and whatnot. I'm kind of new to all this stuff, so that'd be very nice. In the next time, we will be dealing with cursed lava, getting lit furnaces, generating monoliths, and traveling to the far lands. So the back of Steve says goodbye.